Yes, and I'm sort of blathering while everything sort of starts up and seeing that we are live on the interwebs as it were. And I will then start making an episode as it were. But hello, everyone. Watching, well, there's maybe two people here watching now, but watching the replays of the live stream for get the very beginning. Also throwing more ads into these. All right. I'm looking forward to this. Germany. Okay. Let's go for it and make an episode. Welcome, everyone, to my look at the newest version of Black Ice, built on the recent update for Hearts of Iron 4. I'm trying to think. It's Arms Against Tyranny. DLC slash, and I don't think the DLC is required, the paid slash just updated game, because that's all I have, and it seems to be working fine. So we're going to be taking a look at this latest version of Black Ice updated. Those either watching now or watching the videos as these are being put out will note that I will be excuse me, I should drink something here. I will be continuing my playthrough of the previous game in which we're into Barbarossa. I just wanted to, and I was asked by a few people to look at the economy and other things. So this is not meant to be a full playthrough at all. We're just, making a few episodes on Saturday, taking a look at the game and the changes that have been made. So if you're looking for a big, full playthrough and how it, to get involved in the story of how it goes, this ain't it. This is just what has been changed. So keep that in mind. So we will be back to that. Now, I did announce for that when I was doing the before coming up live with the Discord. So maybe a few people from the either been playing the test version, which we can see here. There's a nice link to it here, or some of the devs may show up at some point during the live stream. That would be great. Or hey, if you're watching this later, please comment below. Love to hear your. Tell me where I'm wrong and whatnot. Because I'm going to critique. And I want to say this up front here as well, because I do hope a few of the devs who put a lot of effort into Black Ice understand. Right now, you're my favorite mod. Okay, you did not let me down. You got rid of the horrid effects of invading Russia that made me rage quit. You got that changed, and with the railway systems, and I'm just, again, it was a haphazard / learning, but a campaign game, and I'm pretty deep in, and I'm having what I think are realistic supply concerns now. So please understand all the criticisms that I'm going to be leveling against, whether this version, the previous version of Black Ice. It's coming from a place of love. I want you to be better. This isn't a hate session, a hate on Hearts of Iron or Black Ice at all. This is coming from a place of love and wanting you to be better. And hello, Arno, my friend. Good to have you here. Okay, so this is the very first time we're starting it up here. Yes, we have the graphics mod. I'm playing on a rather good computer, so we're not going to deal with any of the performance options to make it perform better. Just wanted to show this off through the overview here. And settings, I don't know what it does. Maybe that's just sort of a placeholder. So we're going to exit this here. So nice thing if you wanted to get it, excuse me, set so you can play it. Right. The new economy. That is the big change. So far, in looking at it, and we will be looking at it in more detail and specifically, it seems to be a reasonable look at industry for the period and the importance of it so far. I've yet to, I mean, I understand food. I've yet to understand how the food really works into the game. Now, my concerns with the food. It has not been directly allowed, and now it's out on Steam, so Paradox doesn't have as much control. It has not been directly allowed to be a function in the game because of war atrocities, shall we say, or just atrocities, the Holodomor, which happened not during a specific war for the Soviet Union. It had, it's more than just rationing of food that can be. So for those reasons, it was deemed best to not try to model it in Hearts of Iron. Not, hey, Sing, I'm doing very well. Thank you. And good to see you as well. So, and yes, I'm recording this live. We'll give people a chance to interact with me, not just generally, but also specifically on what we're doing here. And as Singh would probably mentioned during World War II, the very large numbers, I've seen huge numbers thrown around, but it's in the millions that died in India due to famine. Unlike the Holodomor, I mean, very likely maybe, I don't know the numbers. More people died in India, but in the Indian famine situation, there just wasn't food available in that region. I'm not saying there wasn't food somewhere in the British Empire or somewhere within the Allied controlled territories. There was no food there. But for the Holodomor, there was food. There were just Soviet soldiers all over the farms, literally shooting people who had tried to go to the field to take the food. And the food was being taken to feed the sort of Moscow / whatever industrial complex that was sort of at the heart of Russia. So we have, that is, there is a difference. So hello, Carlos, how you doing? And I understand you're deaf, so hopefully you can do the if they do over on YouTube, you can watch the stream over on YouTube if you wish, instead of Twitch, if you can hear me. I don't know how much, but they do have a function either live. I don't know if it works live, but for subtitles. Sure. Sing, pose your question about Hoi 4. So we do have these serious controversies over food and handling that. So, and just quote unquote, how evil do you want your regime to be? That is a serious question for understanding it. And another element with food No, at least not in the. I'm saying no. There is no building of camps in Hoi 4 the game, and I don't know of any mods that add camps like that of any type. So basically, no, as far as I know. As far as I know. So from I believe the Goebbels diaries, one of the pushes to invade the Soviet Union was to get food, because Germany, although was importing massive amounts of food from the Soviet Union at the time, wanted to realize that they weren't able, or they weren't producing enough food to feed their population, their occupied population, places like France, the Netherlands, Denmark. They wanted more food. Now, I do know as a fact that Germany itself was not producing as much food as it could at the time, because there were big programs going on at the time to expand food production, and they could have, I believe, and the details go in, you could be looked into it, could, and we will see as we go on and play some of this, and I know this is a lot of history talking is starting out, but they could have, instead of sending the army to march into the Soviet Union, used the army to, the manpower of the army to improve farming, improve land usage, on all of that. So there is that as a very real element. Okay, so food is something that we will see about, I don't know, here, but we want to come here. This is an important new element here at trade, to trade and unassigned refineries. So we have conversions here. So we are, an interesting term for it, we need steel. We have, and so what they've now done is they now have coal and iron. Okay. And then you make steel. So we can see here, we can get to, we have, we've used up all of ours. You can see it sort of turning to blue here. So we don't have enough iron, partially because we can see here, 41 iron there and 165 iron here that are currently being assigned, it appears, to Britain and France. Well, I don't know about the steel, but the iron, because the flag's right next to it. So what did, and this, the title, hey Starstreak, how you doing? What did Black Ice get right, and what did Black Ice get wrong? The sort of subtitle for this episode and the live stream. Here is where I may, put my foot in my mouth and say incorrect things. But as far as I know, in January 1, 1936, not 1935, not 1934, 1936, all of the industry here was no longer puppeted and being exploited by the British, the French, or the Belgians, as far as I know. And I can be wrong, because I haven't specifically looked into it. What happens very shortly in 1936, from the starting of it, is the remilitarization of the Rhine. And partially what that includes, I do believe, is taking some of the industry and allowing it to start building armaments again as well. But it is the remilitarization, not the Germanization of the industry here. I've looked in fairly heavy detail in 1936, so some of the earlier periods I'm a bit unsure. In 1935, Germany retakes back the Saarland. Okay, so in 1935, now I think it's less than a year. I mean, I don't think it was January 1. I think it was mid 35, but I don't have the exact dates. This part of the Rhineland, so according to this, it would be, you know, 3 civil factories and 2 military factories, still had been being exploited by the French. Stages earlier, this has been have been taken out. So this is not the most correct thing. So I would say they're getting this wrong, though, because it is fairly correctable. It isn't that big of a problem. But we need more steel. So let's be somewhat historical. We're going to why can't we see here? I want to import steel. Ah, okay. I'm understanding this now for a bit here. Because steel is a produced item now instead of a resource on the map. Day 1, hour 1, I'm just guessing here, but I think I'm on solid ground. There is no steel available. Okay, so let's do some oil. Let's see if we can get some oil. We want to go to where is Iran? Where's Romania? Where's Romania? I just like being blind and missing. Oh, there's. Okay, here we are. There we go. Let's. Well, let's try to get 24. We want to get some oil because we are we're going to have fuel problems here. I know a little bit from my test place. So let's grab up that. We also want to get some aluminum production going. We don't have a whole lot of bauxite, so we can go do that. Let's also look here. Yeah, this is bauxite. Let's go to Hungary and let's grab up some. Okay, they just haven't accepted our trade deal. Synthetic fuel production. We can do max 2, and synthetic rubber production looks like we can do max 1 until we get to, you know, not enough refineries here. So, we do have that. That is interesting here. Now, construction. I have noticed that there are a lot more ICs, but you're using your ICs to do other things. So we will do this to increase our ICs. And hello, Lord Samuel. How you doing? Oh, sorry to hear that. Hello, Carlos. Let's see. Carlos is over there on. Oh, hi. Hi, Carlos. Hopefully, everyone can see that. Let's see. Beat me if I defeat in wrestling match. I get $5.35 back. Okay. Hello, Darian. Or Darren. Plus 3 million who start. Yes, I did mention that earlier. In India, took huge quantity of food to feed its military expenses at the expense of India. Okay, Darren, as far as I know, um, that is not the case. Millions died in famine in India. They did not take, and it's in this part of India in which they died in. They did not take quantities of food in that area to go feed um, uh, the military, as far as I know. What I understand that happened, it was a combination of things. Local British administration encouraged or ordered, I'm not quite sure which, large amounts of production, growth of non-food items. I don't know if it was hemp or other non-food items, and crop failure. It was not taking food from here. They were exporting, and there was a surplus of food down in Australia. They were exporting food from Australia, and it was at the time going to Britain. The ships could have been diverted to India. I do not know, I honestly do not know that even if they tried, they would have been capable of feeding everybody because of the transportation infrastructure situations at the time. Now, could they have saved people? Oh, absolutely. Could they have saved large numbers of people? I'm sure. I don't think they had, I don't know if they had the capability to save everyone because it was a situation. So, well, I hope your hand gets better, Singh, and I hope Lord Samuel also gets well from his flu. So yeah, it's there's quite a bit of propaganda like around a lot of things, but on the food. So food is an interesting question. We will see how that goes. I don't know if that benefits the game that we're dealing with. All right, so we've got our civil industry being produced more because we would like more of it. We've got we're down on steel, we're down on aluminum, but we're going to get some of that into production. Okay, now there is a mistake here. I'm going to call this a bug. For some reason, they are starting out Germany with basically 1 day's worth of political power. That is wrong. And see, we're not going to cheat here one little bit. We're going to correct. Let's start with 900 political power, because that seems more reasonable starting for Germany at this time. I am vehemently opposed to, I don't know that this is, but it's definitely not limited to paradox games, but I vehemently oppose the idea that you should always start with little and build up. You should start with something historical. Hitler had lots of political power. The idea that I agree with is that you shouldn't be like, oh, well, 1 month we need him in here, so we're jumping him over, and then next month we're going back to him in this position, you know, jumping back and forth, min-maxing all the time. That is where, because the whole idea of you know, there wasn't, you don't reshuffle the cabinet, or you don't you know, min-max jumping these things around, you know, back and forth. You know, oh, well, we're going to research a fighter, so we're going to do fighter this time, and the next time we're going to oh, this is, yeah, aircraft designer Henschel does aircraft, I don't know. We're going to go do bombers or something, or so we're going to jump over to Euchers, and then we're going to go back to fighters, you know, jumping back and forth. That's the idea of this political power. Not to keep you from making any changes, but not to jumping around. So we're going to and so I don't understand one we'll talk about, but I don't understand why these two are empty at the start of the game. And if you want to keep them empty and then allow the player to put them in here, can you invade other countries? Absolutely. Absolutely, seeing that's the whole point of this, is invading other countries. Now, the subtitle again is What They Got Right and What They Got Wrong. I had to look up Hans Karl. I guess in theory you could make Hans Karl the Minister for Education and Schools, but the Minister for Education and Schools was Bernard Rust. Why do you have Hans Karl as the Minister for Education and Schools? Why not? Now you can go, titles don't mean anything. Just look at their game effects. Well, then why have titles at all? Okay. Hans Karl, I had never really heard of him. He is a nobody, a true nobody in the National Socialist regime. He was put at, I think, in 35, because I had to look him up last night, as Minister for Ecclesiastical Affairs, meaning religious affairs. He was trying to, within the party, heal or deal with the rift between the Christians within the Nazi Party and the anti-Christians within the Nazi Party. The Nazi Party leadership, Hitler, Himmler, Hess, and Ribbentrop were all, and Derriere up here, and Rust were all serious anti-Christians. They were anti-Christians. He fails. He dies I believe, in 41. I don't know the causes. It didn't say. He is a literal nobody. He never even got to have a one-on-one meeting, according to Wikipedia. I don't know how accurate that is, with Hitler. So he was a nothing. I don't know why he is here. Bernard Rust is the Minister for Education and Science, but he really didn't run the science bureaus, the research bureaus. He was a fuck up. And yes, he should be all just about everything negative. Research, he should be I would make him at a start and make you change him. But he is a nothing of a person. Walter Derriere, I don't know. Max Factories and State, that is quite appropriate. That it's negative. I would okay, here again is what they get wrong in this. It says food extraction factor, because he is Minister of Agriculture and Farming, and if you have him here, food extraction factor goes up. Walter Doré, no, and no. He should have a negative, down 5 or down 10% for food extraction factor, okay? He should make it worse, okay? He should make it worse. This goes back to the National Socialists cutting their own throat. Richard, I'll call him Walter because he's also known as Walter, sorry, but Richard or Walter Derriere, he did not believe in monoculture. He did not want, he believed that it existed. He did not want to have big farms producing the same thing over and over. He was an organic farmer. He wanted to do organic farming. So it should reduce down recruitable population because it'll take more people to do your organic farming. It'll be less productive. He was the person who was pushing the blood and soil ideology within the party heavily, and the blood and soil was a back to traditional farming kind of movement. Not to not use any machinery, powered machinery, but it wanted to get back to the gentleman farmer, wanted to do more organic farming, wanted to do more crop rotations. He would fuck up your your food production. And I hope I'm getting this right, because I think this comes from Hitler's Monsters, great book. Um, but one of the books, and I could be getting some of this wrong, but I think I have the right person. He was an organic farmer, not pharmacist as in pharmacies, but farmer pushing. So he would uh, industrial farm construction speed -10%. I know he has the title of Minister of Agricultural and Farming, but if you really want to put him in charge and give him, because all of these, or not all of these, but a bunch of these people, including like Franz von Papen, all definitely existed and all were in the government at the same time. I take this as being, what do you want to emphasize? What do you want to give a lot of power to? So if you give this guy the power, this is what they're getting wrong. So, yes, and what, hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promote. Okay, there's a, I don't know if you've already killed it, over on Twitch, a bot thingy. You can kill it. Okay, I was wondering okay, Sing is saying, wandering around the internet and see an app that sells you World War II stuff you use for. Be careful, a lot of that stuff is fake, Sing, so I wouldn't buy much of it. I'll look again for resources that I discovered that several years ago. I found it seemed credible. Research that. Okay, Darren, I'm not sure. Was there something? If you're just commenting on what I'm talking about, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty good at. I've looked into the National Socialist regime pretty deep, and I'm sure I'm getting some details wrong in what I'm saying here, just because I'm going off memory. When I actually, like, when I mod or actually do research, write stuff, I go in deep. So Rust is a he changed he changed it to like a 6-day school and all kinds. He was an ideology teacher, in charge of the school system. So get rid of foreign science, Jewish science from the curriculum, and let's go back to teaching National Socialism in schools and all this crap. He was counterproductive. Walter or Richard Derer, he was, in my understanding, a organic farming guy, blood and soil. Franz von Papen, I know they call him a monarchist. Yes, I would go generally with monarchist instead of fascist, but whatever. Now, domestic ministers. For minister in trade, I can understand, and now he was not this at this time, at least. Franz von, I don't think he ever had this title. I guess you could make him such. In 1935, late 1935, Franz von Papen is sent as special envoy to Austria, with the mission of starting to get the Nazi Party unbanned, because a Nazi assassinated the leader of Austria in 1933, and the party was banned and whatnot. So he is in Austria with the ultimate goal of getting of Anschluss. So he would be historically not available now. Now, if you wanted to make, if you're trying to make a realistic, good history game, if you made him Minister of Trade, you would make this unhappening. Just get rid of Anschluss. Now, I don't know how that works for claiming other territories in this whole thing. So he is the man that is running Anschluss with inside of Austria. So do you watch cartoons or anything like that? Not a whole lot, cartoons. Okay, so I don't know Minister of Commerce here, who looks like he's wearing an SS uniform. Don't know him well. I mean, I don't know, can't place the name. Franz Schallenberger. I've heard the name. I can't go beyond that. The moment Postmaster General, again, he would have very little power. what I'm looking for, and this is, again, what we're to get right. Okay, I'm going to come back to this. Why do you not? Because he was the minister of propaganda well before 1936. So I don't know why you don't start with him here in office and then require to change it if you so wish to, move to other support kind of things. But so that is a no-brainer. Now this one I sort of kind of get, because this is sort of a double slot. You get to have two guys. You can't have the same guy in here twice. Now again, Black Ice people, the part you're getting wrong, these two should be put together, okay? These two, Hermann Goering and Walter Funk, are the same, okay? Walter Funk is Goering's yes man. That's all he ever was. He is the guy who's going to carry out Goering's capability. But we're going to have we're going to leave this empty for the moment. Now, again, what they got right and what they got wrong. Foreign policy, interventionism. In 1936, maybe you could call that because Spain in 1936. That is possibly. Okay. Women allowed, that would be a correct starting position here. I think they did change it. I don't know if they watched some of my videos, because definitely women were allowed. Age bracket, 2-year draft. That seems about right. No foreign recruitment at this point. Yes. This is probably correct. I know I did give myself a bunch of political power to change things, or to set them to their correct. This is probably correct. We may come back to this because we have stability problems here. Protectionist economy. Export autarky. Okay. Now this is something I'm not understanding how these relate to this and whatnot. They were definitely a protectionist economy. Export autarky. Right, okay. Guess we go with that. High tariffs, average tariff, civilian construction speed. Now, okay, weekly stability down. We're going to have to come back at that. Look at that here. Okay, high education investment, yes. Police state by 1936, I would go yes. State press, I would go yes. I'm looking at their starting positions here. Standing army, yes. Okay, what is foreign something regulations? Okay. This is wrong. This is wrong. Even though it's giving good stability here, this is straight up foreign investors banned. Ford has 2 major factories, Ford automobiles, and I keep forgetting. I think it's GM, General Motors of America, own owns Opel. I believe it's that. They're the maker of the Opel Blitz truck, famous in Germany, sort of the standard military truck. So that is a foreign company with foreign investments. During this time period of 36 through 1940, or late 1939 actually, but you have Standard Oil and Germany working together heavily to develop synthetics. Standard Oil is working with and investing in Germany's development of synthetics. They are looking for synthetic rubbers, not synthetic oils, but it's IG Farben is the German partner in this, and they are looking for both synthetic rubbers and synthetic oils. So this here is foreign investors would be regulated. I know this actually takes our weekly stability down, but this would be what would be the correct starting point as far as I can tell, because we see significant foreign investors. Where the Soviet Union, as far as I can tell, I cannot see any foreign investors. They are allowing, I think again from GM, they hire somebody and buy a bunch of machinery to set up a tractor plant that then becomes a tank production plant later on, as either after the war starts or as the war is gearing up for. But that is definitely the Soviet Union hiring foreign specialists, not foreign companies to come in and handle things, invest. Most industries nationalized. No. This is not the case. Now we can look here. See, I'm not even going on this as what is min, max, best. This key industries nationalized. Okay. I'm thinking of how to say that. How do you determine nationalization? In 1936, Hitler is still very paranoid about his position and authority. He does get, by 36, National Socialist labor union representatives in all of the industry. But they are not, to my knowledge, sitting in the boardroom as commissars. Okay? They are not controlling the industries. In 1936, again, to my knowledge, prove me wrong out there. Prove me wrong. And I'll happily learn. Okay. But to my knowledge, in 1936, and I'm talking we'll use the Japanese term, zaibatsus, the big sort of mega corporations, like Krupp. Okay. None of them were controlled by the government. Okay. The only industries that I know that are actually nationalized, to use the term as its understanding, because I know there's the YouTuber TIK. Love him, great guy. I don't know. He does great history, but he gets some of this stuff wrong because he looks at government influence and overstates it at times. So, again, from my detection in 1936, the only industries that I know that have been nationalized are Jewish industries. Okay. So, key industries, no. Why can't I go here? Oh, I see. Current ruling party is fascist, so I can't have private control. First off, Black Ice, National Socialism is not fascism. I know we're starting with paradox, and they went with their sort of three political party type things: communist, liberalism, and um, fascism. But National Socialism and fascism are two different things. Hitler does not have full control at this point. Hitler has huge amounts of power at this point. I would put Hitler really only becomes fully in power in 1940 after the fall of France. That's me. But in National Socialist Germany, most industries under private control. Oh, the railways, no. The Reichsbahn, no. The Reichsbahn is under state control. So industries getting their steel or getting their iron from the iron mine to the steel mill. Often they were built close together. Or, I mean, they build the steel mills near the iron mines, or getting the coal to the steel mill. Very well could be needing Reichsbahn resources. So I would definitely give you that there is. This isn't a. There's a lot of control. A lot of market control at sort of at the final end and stuff. So I would give it to you that it is not a free market economy. I'll gladly give you that because it wasn't. But it was not. Well, if you go say, is railway an industry? Yeah, sort of. I mean, are roads industries? Sort of. I mean, because roads need maintenance too. Railways do as well, and operators. So, because roads slash trucking or something. But this should be, that's max of what it should be. But even that probably should be something there. So that gets us down to here. I'm not going to start out and put here. We're going to come back to this. I'm not going to give us him. He's the nut job. Okay. Xenophobe. Weekly manpower, monthly manpower. I don't know why that's so badly. What I'm worried about is this stability here. That we saw that this went down. Oh, another thing is here we never got to here. Okay. I would say in 1936, yes, in 1936, and see, the problem is and okay, I understand, and I'm not disagreeing with the idea that it's not just click button, get new result. I like that. The devs may be watching this, but I'm not going to click this right now because of these many days here, 178 days, because starting in 37, I would say it was starting to be early mobilization. But this should start out as civilian economy. I would say in an industrial sense, it really, early industrial mobilization starts with the 4-year plan, which I know you know about, because here it is. And here we have April. So it starts here. This starts this. From a military production plan, I would really go sort of 37. So we're gonna go over to this here. So we're gonna go to this. And now it's gonna take 80 days to get this into proper positioning here. But this is where it should start out. This is too far advanced, in my opinion. Okay, now I know this is taking a lot, but getting started. I do believe they have, see, that's gone down to 0 days. Enter the Rhineland 45 days. This looks, and I've not gone in and compared specifically, but it looks like they've radically reduced down. Well, still 56 days, 21. I don't know. I'm going to go in and compare and contrast because, well, this is still 32 days, 21 days. I don't know. Maybe they have, because I think they have reduced down. So we're going to start with Allgemeine SS, because that just takes, because that'll add some stability. Here. Now, they still, because if you notice here, green means unresearched. Green means researched. Black ice. Get this worked out. Switch whatever graphic calling needing between researched and unresearched. Get it the same for both, please. Please, for the love of God. Why do you do this? Green means unresearched here, and it turns to gold or tan or whatever. So get this research. Get this so I don't have to constantly worry about what is what. Now we're going to go here for base stability, 2%, 83 days, because I want to build that up. Which consumer electronics here now. Consumer electronics here, they have a phonograph, which, you know, playing records, but and which this is non-electric, that you literally wind up. I mean, that machine there, that's not a consumer electronic. That TV, yeah. But what they really mean is the Reichskonfer, the radio. So yeah, that's good. We want to do that. Now, I would say that Germany had a high level of quality control in 1935. So I don't know why we're not starting with this one done here. I don't understand that. I'm going with the historical, the dispersed industry. We're going to do combat engineering company, just to do that one there. As you can sort of see, I did look at this the other day. Yeah, this is controversial to me that you have to research this. I know they had already been researching it by this time period, but and they were still, and the first orders of tanks, I looked this up last night over this, I didn't put my foot in my mouth too badly. They were heavy torpedo development. Is that like the Kaiten? I don't know that Germany really had those kind of things. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to come here and notice 723 days. Wow, that's a long time to get that researched. Okay, aircraft. Well, we're going to come over here and get the BF-109B research. So, yeah, they still weren't doing this. Okay, now, we're also going to come here. Okay, so now I've sort of kind of gone in and, to a degree, I just did 900 as sort of an generic number to mostly fix the starting conditions. But I would say Hitler had a lot of political power stored up by this point. I want to see here. Okay. Into the Rhineland. Oh, good. They give you political power here. Good. So I was just checking. Good, you get political power because he got a lot more political power. I would say he had some. So I looked at all the quote-unquote changes that I made at the start of this. And these. Again, this is what I don't like about Paradox. That all of these things, and this is more Paradox that Black Ice is continuing the tradition of. Why are all of these empty? You know, are you going to say that there were no aircraft designers in 1936 that were operating effectively? Well, you know, 1934, probably this would be correct, and that the Luftwaffe, you know, didn't really exist, and we're talking about military aircraft. 36, maybe. You can really maybe it. But by this point, oh, God. Fucking get rid of this Hugo Boss shit, please. Fucking get rid of this now. What? This is, I hate you lying to people. This is not true. You are perpetuating a falsehood. Okay? Hugo Boss had a fucking storefront and like 10 people working for him or 20 people working for him out back behind the storefront. They made uniforms to order for people. Okay? And you're not explaining that. No. I don't know if you think you're being cute, but this is this is perpetuating a fraud, in my opinion. Fucking get rid of this. Get rid of this. I'm going to make a special video to make sure they see this. This is wrong. I mean, this is getting near to rage quitting for me. I mean, quite honestly, because I see this crap that people put around on the internet as if it were fucking true. It's a lie. I know they don't specifically say he's designing it, but Hugo fucking Boss did not design a goddamn uniform at all, one little bit. Not an SS uniform, not an Army uniform, not a NSDAP or SA uniform. He didn't design any of that stuff. He was just a fucking tailor. So if you wanted custom tailored uniforms instead of buying off the rack, he was just one of the smaller ones to go get it from. Okay, so we're going to go with Mauser. See, I don't know why Mauser wouldn't be a starting functionality. Okay, now, tanks. I could see 36 is not yet picked. Navy, though, I would say Navy would already be picked. Grand Battlefield would probably be the one that was picked. You go. Okay, Schleswig-Holstein, at least Navy dockyards. Okay, to get our long-range cruiser submarine visibility cruiser research speed, but we can't pick that one. I would think that might have been the one destroyer or this. Why can't we pick this? Okay, January 1939. Okay. That's probably historical, but yeah, whatever. We're gonna do that. Okay, that's probably starting in having some political power. Now, some of these other things we should change here. Now, I also want to come in here and remember to do this. I know we haven't had the clock starting at all. We're going to come and do full there, full there. This way we're going to concentrate to get these things. We're going to skip those. We're going to come down here because we want to get the ones that are mostly done finished first. Let's come up here and grab these and go down, just because they're going to have their one. Here we go, factory, but continuing there. We want to make resources available to the things that are mostly done first. So there we go. There we go. Just get that done now. All right, all that blathering, all that historical commentary. And let's go a little bit faster, and we will start this. Okay, we got the SS thingy here. Okay, we got that. I think we need to do the Rhineland next. 45 days. There are some good options to do other stuff. Okay, let's look at trade and such here. Okay, now, let's see. Now we can get steel. We're going to try to do some historical. Yes, I already noticed this. See, steel is a produced item here, and they've introduced this instead of just a resource on the map, and that's fine. And I'm not sure how much it helps the game, but it's definitely realistic here. Oh, I'm not talking about the test versions of Black Ice, but once you release a big major version of Black Ice, like you've done here for this, and you introduce a new mechanic like manufacturing steel, and when there is a major topic in World War II talk, and you don't fucking get it right, where the fuck is Swedish steel? Where is the Swedish steel? There is no Swedish steel. Where are the Swedish steel plants? I see Swedish iron, and I see Swedish tungsten. Here's a little secret about this. There is no Swedish tungsten. They don't have any tungsten. At least not on an industrial scale. There is no Swedish tungsten. Why, in Hearts of Iron, does Sweden have tungsten? Or as it was maybe more popularly known back then, wolfram. Why? It wasn't just me, but I was literally part of the discussion. And looking into it, even from a modern source, we can't quite nail down what it was. But the iron that was coming out of up here, or at least certain major veins of it, had some impurities. Basically, all iron has some impurities. But as it was, smelted down, separating the rock from the iron and turning it into iron, it had some impurities. It is believed that it's quite possibly the impurities were some tungsten. But the Swedish steel, and it wasn't to any of our research, and it wasn't mostly my research, it was somebody else. But I was reading it, things that he was posting up. It wasn't any special manufacturing process in making the steel, but it would come out very hard. It was effectively what you would get in making a steel tungsten alloy for machine tools. Sometimes some of the machine tools were literal tips of like tungsten and whatnot. Some of the machine cutting tools were a tungsten steel type, steel as in coal and iron together, alloys. Steel itself is an alloy, it's carbon and iron, I know that. But there was a major plant up here that worked year round. But during winter, the railways were not reliably opened, and because I don't even know if there's this much railways up there, and the port up here, I'm not exactly sure of the details, was iced in during the winter. So during the winter, they could get it out through Narvik because it wasn't iced in, and it was a shorter distance to keep the snow, running snowplow trains and keeping it open. So there was a massive steel industry up here in Sweden in the north. So we gave it some tungsten. And I think that is still a viable thing. But you should also give Sweden some steel, not just massive amounts of iron, people. Steel as well as iron. And hi, Brian, how you doing? Hope you start a campaign on this version of Black Ice because this version I have in Russia is a real pain in the ass. Well, I'm not sure when I'm going to start a campaign on this. I very well might, but why start a campaign on such a highly flawed thing as this? I might consider moving this over and mod it myself to give somehow, I don't, they need to have some steel plants and generating some steel. I don't know quite how that would work with this. I'm just thinking here because it's just, you're not given here on the map. Maybe I just give it to them on the map because what the hell. Where is my Swedish steel? There is no Swedish steel. Now we'll come over to iron here. Where is Luxembourg? Let's go with Luxembourg. Luxembourg. Let's do that. That should get us much more iron. Okay, here we are at negative there. Okay, let's come over here. We are producing. How much does the Netherlands have on resources on the mainland of Europe? Okay, well, we can take a quick look here. Let's click resources. It has 33 food here, 34 food over here, and 52 coal, 5 iron, and 24 food. So that's what it has on the mainland. Not very much. I mean, food, a reasonable amount. Not very much coal and very little iron. And I don't know what it should be, Arno. I've sort of looked into some areas pretty damn deeply into World War II. Other areas, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we could get, I guess we'll get from the Dutch East Indies. Let's get one thing here of rubber to give us a positive rubber trade here. Okay, we're going to go with the smaller guns here. I get that there are some production issues early game, had to pump out equipment, yeah. Now here, and look, I am not hating on Black Ice here, because I'm not, again, I'm not really saying, I'm saying certain things are wrong here, but I'm not saying this is a bad system. And we can see here to get, okay, each steel refinery outputs currently 30 steel. And to get 30 steel, you need 40 iron and 10 coal and 5 energy. Let's see. Come over here. Those are engines. Power plants. Okay. So energy production capacity at 120 here. Hydroelectric plant. I guess this is unbuildable in the game, which is somewhat reasonable. I think we'll get a bunch more, or maybe, I'm presuming, because there was a bunch down here. The whole dam buster thing. So, yeah, to give you some ideas of what's going on here. Okay, so well, I guess what we'll do here is, okay, we'll see about importing some steel. Towing for 45 days. Let's just do 1, get 12. Two. There we go. Yes, the food is very new, and the coal, because you now produce steel in a factory here. Okay, prepare for the Winter Olympics. Political power down. We'll get some political power and reduce world tension. We are ready. Okay, production. We have those, but whatever. I'm not worrying about those. Going up here, checking. Yeah. Being produced. Very good. And yes, unassigned. Oh, energy here. Okay, see, again, I really would love someone who really knows to increase the ratio of coal. Yes, we have 15 power plants. Consumption, production, max production. Okay, so we're doing pretty good here. We'll see if this changes. It's 480 here from hydro plants. Once we get that. Okay, we're going to end this episode because it's gone on too long, but we will be continuing our look with more episodes here at the new versions of Black Ice and Hearts of Iron. I want to thank everybody, and if you're new around here, hey, please subscribe to the channel. I don't rant and rave all the time, and hopefully people will lick the like button and post your comments and corrections below. If I'm getting things wrong, I want to know it. So hope to hear from you. See you next time for more, more Hearts of Iron. Let me take a quick drink and we'll start another episode. Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here, and we're looking at the newest version of Black Ice for the newest version of Hearts of Iron, and we're seeing what they're getting right and what they're getting wrong. So let's take a look at these decisions that we have available. We could aid one civilian factory for 90 days, aid Persian industry. And we literally have it, but we don't have it to spare. We're trying to build up our political power here. I still think Hitler should be giving us more political power gain. This is going down incredibly fast. I'm not going to wait. This is causing 20. We're going to go down to this. Oh. Like I just did the arbitrary 900. We'll do 300 right now. Hitler should have more political power at start. We're going to go down to average taxes. And these are changes as opposed to what I started with was doing things that I thought how it should be set. Definitely not. Yeah, it's taking a while to get down to that. It had been partial mobilization, or we're coming off of that. Weekly stability, that'll lower it by a little bit. That's okay. Be helping there. Well, that'll help because I don't want that to go down. We are slowly losing fuel, so what we need to do is come over here. There was a treaty in which it did say that Germany got most of Romania's oil, so that is a thing. Where aren't we getting any Soviet oil? Possibly here. Oh, there's Soviet. Oh, 7. Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to get it from the U.S. Now we're going into positive territory, at least. There we go. Well, for some reason, so everybody's getting American steel here. Let's do that. We're trying to build a few more, which we're down to just 2 in production. Hey, Felipe, how you doing? Arms deal will sell, I guess. I don't know. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to come here. Oh, we're not having enough. Okay, well, we're reducing that down by 1. And we're going to come over here, which will allow it, which already gets us up there. Okay. Engine production capacity. I don't know if they've... I like the idea of engine production capacity here. This is wrong. This is flat out totally wrong. Train engines did not use internal combustion engines, because I'm taking engine to mean an internal combustion engine. The limitation factors for engine production are casting high quality steel objects and then generally machining them precisely, because you can't, at least they couldn't cast that precise back then. So you would cast the engine block and then machine it, or the engine heads, because some of them, the radial engines were assembled multiple pieces and whatnot. Steam engines, there were basically only test diesel engines at the time for trains. They were steam engines. Steam engines do not have an internal combustion engine, so that it uses 3 units of engine production is wrong. That flat out is wrong. There is, to the best of my knowledge, no conflict in production capabilities, meaning they don't use the same production processes. Where producing armored cars and producing trucks, and I'm guessing, I haven't quite looked yet, and aircraft are using internal combustion engines. There are differences, like radial engines versus inline or V engines, like V6s. So they use this. Well, radial engines do use a somewhat different manufacturing process, but they're very similar, and maybe not enough to, in a game like this, to have worry about radial engines. Radial engines in Germany, I believe, were only used in aircraft. That is why they end up making the Focke-Wulf 190, because it is a radial engine aircraft and they have excess radial engine production. In the US, there are a lot of aircraft that use radial engines, plus the Stuart light tanks and the Shermans. That's why they're both so tall tanks. Use radial engines. Yeah, there were some later, some of the later models. The Stuart M5 has gone to an end block engine. Some of the models of, though I don't think most, some of the models of the Shermans go to an end block engine, but they both start out and are massively produced with radial engines in America. So although Panzers, German tanks, are not using radial engines, doesn't mean you couldn't design a tank to use a radial engine. And they did capture, fairly early on, some, Lees/Stuart, the big tanks. Those also used radial engines, again, partly why it's so tall. This is incorrect. Yes, Israel is starting to push into Gaza, I believe, at least lots of airstrikes. So, this is wrong. They're getting this wrong, as far as I know. And hey, if the new IKB wants to correct me, he is my train guru, my train expert. He can correct. But I believe most all of the engine productions are significantly different than what you would be making with radial. Oh no, here, yeah. Radial engines. Okay, horse transport. I'm looking for also other things that we're not producing at all. Okay, that we have a deficit of. Well, I guess just horse transport. It's the next biggie that I want to make sure we get enough of. Because we are still researching Panzer IIs. And the older one. Why? Okay, I get what you're saying now. The older ones. Well, it starts out with 2 production lines, and instead of going to make 2 production lines of Panzer Is, we're just going to convert this to Panzer IIs once we can. So we're going to let this produce as many Panzer Is as we can right now, and then switch over to Panzer IIs. Now, some of the major German ships, not just the German submarines, but the German ships did use diesel engines. So that is a thing. Arms sale, yeah, well, okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead for that. Okay, we've gotten a bunch more political power. Yeah, I'm not against the idea here. I'm not. Okay. Okay, so now we are at least basically balanced on gains and losses for political or for stability. That is good. So we're going to wait on that. We're going to wait on that. Industrial concern. We're going to do Krupp, I think. I don't know him. Part the company. Production base efficiency. That's nice. But we're going to do research. And we're about ready. Okay. Oh, we're about ready to enter the Rhineland. So, what I wanted to see here was energy. Currently, we have 3 hydroelectric. I wonder if we're going to get more with getting the Rhineland. So, okay, entering the Rhineland. It's German territory. Right. Okay, so now we've gotten more factories because of that, but what we, again, I want to look at energy. Okay. Well, we don't need all of our imports now. Because we now have, no, we don't have an X. Oh, that's because, quote unquote, conversion here. Let's, the United States is stopping trading with us. Okay, so let's crank this up one more. Here, there we go. We can also increase our aluminum production. Let's do that by 1 so we can. I'm a little disappointed that, I don't know, maybe they already factored in. Let's see, can we see these on the map? No, I do not see the power plants on the map. Maybe they're not an on the map. Construction. We can't build these, I know. But we can build these. So what do they look like on the map? Okay, they're over here. Okay, power plants, 4. Power, nope. Power plants, 3. Hydro plants, Hessen. Okay, hydropower plant. Why aren't there any over here in the Ruhr? Again, people, if you're going to add something like hydropower plants, and you have, again, I don't know everything. Hey, Ari, how you doing? I don't know everything about World War II, obviously. More that I don't know than I do. But when you have something famous like the Dam Busters, and they're attacking in the Ruhr, not over in Hessen, and not out at Westfalen, why don't you have the power plants over here? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Okay, now we're going to come here. Actually, we're going to come here and look at some of our wants. Okay, light artillery, we could use more light artillery, more heavy artillery. And we're not producing enough garrison equipment. We have stores of it, but we're not producing enough of it. So let's do 2 to here. Light artillery 1 and heavy artillery 1. Right. Well, and the light vehicles. We need light vehicles and support equipment. We have light vehicles in production. I don't think we do. So let's come here and find light vehicles. Good, light vehicles 1. Get that in production. We're going to move. I wish it didn't jump so fast. Okay. We are just above ships. Yeah, these should take engines. Yes, that's appropriate. And we also needed, I know we don't have enough support equipment. Okay, let's, the next factory we will put into support equipment additionally. And now mentioning that, so we've entered the Rhineland. You do Hitler's speeches, 14 days for more political power. Open state affairs, which will give us 3% stability. That is a very good thing to do, and political power. 7 days for this. 7 days for 2 factories. Air assembly plants and air bases for 7 days. Road to autarky. Right. I think we're going to be doing these. So let's start with this for 7 days. Yeah. Okay, 7 days and that one's done. Let's do this. We'll also get us a research slot for capabilities there. Now, the other question here with all of this is, how much do we want to micromanage? Now, Black Ice people. Hearts of Iron 4, Black Ice people. You don't know me of old as the Hearts of Iron 3 Black Ice people do. Me, Gamer1745, was the creator of the events for the Winter Olympics. I was asked and I donated them to Hearts of Iron 3 Black Ice. And they themselves have eventually changed it all so much that I now wish I had given them my versions. They could have done their own, because obviously the we're working off of not a proprietary IP. It's obviously history, and the Winter Olympics is pretty damn obvious that it happens. And so you're using this event called Dance Show. I had a graphics for the dance show. This is not the graphics I had for the dance show. Do you happen to notice an interesting problem with this? It's fucking green grass in the middle of summer, or spring or fall or whatever the hell. This is winter. This is the Winter Olympics in Garmisch-Partenkirchen or wherever it is, the province right around here that's where it's happening in, up in the mountains. My original photo was black and white, yes, not color, but it was indoors because it had to be, to do the thing. It was indoors because please just get rid of this damn event. If you're not going to do it right, if you're going to lie to the people, and you're lying to the people by putting this, I don't know that if this is from the Olympics or some national, National Socialist Party rally thing, that's cool, but that's just wrong. Probably, well, I guess if you want to give it, but I'm not going to pay too much attention to it. Sorry, I mean, Chuck Norris jokes are okay, I guess, but yeah. So yeah, now again, you've changed. Also, again, I am the creator, and now you've changed this. Winter Olympics closing ceremony. I had a graphic from the Winter Olympics closing ceremony. Do you happen to notice, again, what is wrong with this photo? This is from the Summer Olympics of 1936 up in Berlin. You go, it doesn't matter, gamer. Well, then if it doesn't matter, why don't you put a picture of Mickey Mouse or the 1980 Olympics or a picture of Mussolini here? If it doesn't fucking matter, why do you take my original work that's good, I would say very good, and then fuck it up with lies? Yes. Okay, Singh, have a good evening. Thanks for hanging out. I know it gets late there, but have a good night. So, yes. Either if, not that you can't change my work, not that my work is, super untouchable because it's super good or anything like that. No. But when you go from what I would say is good work to out and out lies, out and out wrongness, that is where I think it is bad. And we can recruit a spy. Herman Becker, Safecracker, Natural Order. Okay, well, we'll grab him up. He'll just sort of hang out here. Okay, we're slightly down in steel, not enough to worry about at the moment because that's mostly just affecting some ship production. Good. We have enough aluminum. Small treaty, okay. Was I going to get another research slot? I thought. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, we're speeding through the hours, going through the days, over Commando der Luftwaffe. Okay, now that's where we get to new. Okay, so we've got those. I think now is the time to push here towards here. So, 35 days. And here's the new research slot. It can be that, one of these, one of these, one of these, and I think we have all of these already researched, which is good. That's a 39, so we don't need to push there right now. Aircraft, 37, that's a bit in advance. So why don't we come down here and do trade interdiction. These are mutually exclusive, but we're going to pick this one. There we go. Actually speed this up a little bit more. Okay, Australia rejects suggestion, returning. All right. Consumer electronics. All right. So we got radios out to the people, which will help with base stability. That is good. Now over here, what I think we're going to do now here is quality control. And we now have some free industries. I think we're going to continue with yeah, I think civil factories at this point is a good continue with. And now we've all right, well, let's go with another one. And you want to build them in where you have higher infrastructure levels. So of course, this will be closer to bombing, but we'll still put one there. Let's take a look at our decisions, if there's anything we want to do. Okay, well, now we have the political power, and we'll use one civilian factory for 90 days to help Persia with its industry. Okay, and one building slot. Don't think we want to spend that political power just yet. Now, for domestic ministers, I mean, I've sort of been wanting to keep a bit of a cushion here. Production efficiency, commerce, Minister of Commerce. There. That's stability, but we're doing okay on stability. Again, he factories and state we don't want to take down. Improved relations. Fuel gain per oil, max resource storage, and Postmaster General. We'll go with Franz von Papen, even though, like I say, he should be out here. As ambassador, Austria introduces compulsory military service. Yes. Trade mission, good job, I guess. Improved our relations with Italy. That one actually sort of does matter. Ecuador supports Italy. Statement, I think, is over that. Okay, now, League of Nations condemns Austrian militarism. Okay, Panzer II. So what we want to do is come here, here, and click here. We don't have enough steel. I don't know what jumped our steel usage up. Okay, we need more iron. Ah, well, that's down somewhat. Let's get that to be more efficient. We need, how much more do we need? 30 more. Okay. There we go. And now we can research. Now that we've done the Panzer II, we can look over here because here, these are 37. We don't need to go too far in advance unless we get one of the boosters. So let's do better light vehicles. Hello, Nippon General. How you doing? Yes, we are taking a look at the newest version of Black Ice. Combat engineering companies. Nice. Yes. And back to Arno's earlier question. Why do we still produce old ones here? Because we're going to come here now. Oh. Yeah, I noticed this last night. Okay, do that. Come up here. So if you find this, just click around, show outdated and or current things a few times, but you got to click on like something else to finally get these to show up. I don't know why. I don't know that it's a Black Ice problem because I have seen this with other mods. So now we're going to go over, and so instead of, we're disrupting production capabilities here now instead of doing it multiple times. Okay, and back to research here. All right, we just got this. Can't do radios. We got to do radios somewhere else. That's 37. Now, there's nothing wrong with them, with Germany being a bit more advanced a bit earlier on all of this stuff. Yeah, well, yeah, we could do parachuting. That's fine. I don't know that we're going to be doing much in the way of parachuting this game. Hey, amazing. How you doing? Thank you. We are looking at the newest versions of Black Ice and Hearts of Iron 4. Well, okay, road to autarky. Good. When we get this done in just a few days, we will be seeing what we're doing, but it won't be either one of those next. I do not believe. Okay, so we got road to autarky, which unlocks more things. The August program, that's 2 military factories in 32 days. Euro bomber, Lufthansa, no, not yet at least. I mean, maybe once the war dockyard, 13 days. Yeah, just 13 days. These should still be less days. Some of these are just too long, I think. 32 days, 2 military factories, we could use those. Days though. Construction. We're doing this dockyards. Now we want these first. Well, Shadow Empire is a neat game. I enjoy it. The problem is people on my channel want to watch me play Hearts of Iron. So, that is sort of what it comes down. What we're going to do next, Arno, is we're going to do the JU-87. We will get to the heavy fighters eventually, and we will get to naval bombers and flying boats eventually in 36. But right now we are up here, and this is a 37 technology, not a 36, so we're going to do this next. I would happily play Shadow Empire, but you know, YouTube doesn't show my videos to people, and we're also going to convert over to 109s. See, that's the thing. I often ask people, you know, what do you want to see me play? And people tell me, and then I put the stuff up there, and then they might watch it. You know, the people that say they want to watch me play it, they're not lying, but not enough other people do. And it's partially the responsibility of YouTube and not showing it to the right audience. Okay, we can get another spy. Oh, let's get out of scarcity. Okay, popular front wins in there. We have no qualms with. We're not going to push pressure on Sweden. We want to trade with Sweden. Italy takes Addis Ababa. Okay, Chile supports Italy. Okay, we could expand there. A bunch of military factories. 4. Or we can come over here. Do this. We're going to do this. And now that we have 2 new military factories, we're going to come up here. Okay, we're catching up on horse transport, and we'll need a lot of horse transport. Heavy artillery, well, we're slowly catching up there. Mountain warfare equipment, we're catching up there. Naval bombers, we're not producing any, and we need some. We could use a lot of fighters and a lot of close air support. So let's come over here and this, I guess, is our CAS. And that got, okay, all that's used now. So, all right, let's move you up. Yeah, we can, yeah, come down a little bit there, but yeah. There we go. Okay, oh, well, let's see. We've burned through so much. All right, let's concentrate when these things get done on ships that are more completed than others. Here we go. Okay, let's come back over here. Energy. Our total production, well, our max production of energy is energy power. Okay, thermal power plants. All right, this is our consumption. Okay, synthetic fuel and synthetic rubber. Steel mills. Okay, steel mills. We have a max of 30. We currently are using 12. We could use just slight more, but aluminum, we also have a lot of aluminum. looks like we have enough here. So let's continue with some civil engineering building. I don't know of a way to stop this. I don't know why this is happening. Why are we moving supplies from here to here? Why are we moving supplies from here to here? I get that there's a port. I guess no railway is why that's happening. I don't understand that. Now this one I get because we don't have direct land connection now. Here, these are trade routes of import and exports. I get that. And I guess it's also covering land trade routes here. It's showing us fine. I just don't. Who is this? Sweden, we have no qualms with them. Argentina. Okay, death of general favor. Right. Your plan is about ready to happen here. Japan claims hegemony in East Asia, and we have another free civilian factory here. And we're going to use it to build up more civilian production. Okay, Goring's 4-year plan. Very nice. So, let's look at government. We've gained that. Now let's look at alternate. We can bring back Schacht, Helmar Schacht. Okay, we have to look at somewhere between historical realities and what the game is doing. Now, this game here, Black Ice, allows 2 economic ministers, and that's fine. I don't particularly know why their thinking is. Again, it's fine. I'm not saying it's bad or terrible. I would disagree that this should just. Oh, they've changed this. Oh, goody, they've changed this. I think, yeah, because it had just been conversion. It's construction speed factories. I would also give him production efficiencies too. Here, okay, factory output. Schacht had been government economics minister and the head of the central bank. With the coming of the 4-year plan, he is removed. Helmar Schacht is removed as head of the economics minister, but he stays on until Czechoslovakia, not the Sudetenland, but taking over all of Czechoslovakia. Until then, he stays on as head of central bank. So he is still around. He just is marginalized. But if we have 2 of them, we could do him. Okay, and he is civilian factory speed 5%. Conversion cost, political power down 2%. Factory output, railway, air assembly. Now, I would have Well, I don't know. Craft power plant, construction speed, railway, mining. I don't know. But we can look at now here. Okay, so it's just so here he is. I think a specialty. Let's look. He is industrial planner, pet projects, right? Where no, cancel. We want to come here. We could put Alfred Krupp, which has the same. Maybe we just will has the same stats. Prepared military factory, but so I'm still building civilian factory. So we'll put Krupp. And quality control. Now, national focus. So we could do organization tote to civilian factories. Very nice. How many days? 56 days. 7 days. Penalty for cherry fuel cans. National Socialist Volks. Oh, shit. Base stability 5%. We're going to keep that in mind. And oh, there's a lot of base stability. So we got a lot more base stability stuff here, maybe after me and probably others too bitching about this. 32 days, German Bank of Aviation, assembly plant. Okay, this gets us a research slot. So 28 days. We're going to do that for a research slot. And mentioning research slot. Let's come over here. This we just got. So we are 36. So these have been research. We could do this, which will land fort, coastal fort, entrenchment, damage power plant efficiency plus a repair, I guess, anti-aircraft construction speed, or we could do that. Yeah, we could do this, get this a little early here. Or we could do this one, dockyard output, production output. I think I'd rather do this one. Smelling KOs. Lewis knocks out. Okay, start the 4-year plan. Good. And that dispersed industry. So now, here, 4-year plan, first year. The structure of military base, railway assembly. Right. So we've got this. We could see about this, but we're gonna maybe wait on that output, factory output 5%. That's good. 15% for growth, production efficiency cap. Fluorescent lighting. I don't know about fluorescent lighting. Yeah. I mean, I know what it is. I mean, but know about its development and importance there. Okay. This is all new to me here. Okay, so we could do early tractors, industrial farming resource output, Freon refrigeration, ration decay factors. I didn't know that rations decayed. Okay, how interesting. Chance of getting sick. Construction polymers. I presume that's like Bakelite, a plastic, particular form. Wood gasifiers. I've talked about that a lot. If you don't know, you can maybe check out some of that. Direct chill casting. Okay. Improve smelting techniques. Okay, iron input for steel -2. And over here, excavation, which will mineral resource extraction and factors 17%, 111 days, 64 days. Okay, so over here, conversions, productions would probably been. So we currently we are importing some iron, considerable amounts of it. So, and we're also producing our own iron. So if we come here, this for the iron will require, or for steel production will require, for each steel thing will require 2 less iron. So back here, we look at this here. To get 30 steel, we'll see how this changes. We currently need 40. We'll see, is that for 30 we'll need 2 less, or is it, I don't, that may be, maybe we'll just need 38 for 30. So let's check this out. 64 days. Chinese small boost, okay. Nicaragua withdraws from the League of Nations. Not just who cares, who notices. Well, let's add another. Doing any agency upgrades, so. Leadership purges in the Soviet Union. So yes. Okay, issues ultimatum, or issue an ultimatum. No. Let's let them be. We don't want to upset the United States. The Tour de France. And we now have more capacity. What? Okay. Needs electricity. Okay, now I like this. Talking about food earlier. Food storage. Okay, that may be something I haven't paid any attention to yet. Energy. Special forces. Oh, up here. Food rations. Rations storage capacity. Okay, so rations decay. Yes. It's going up slightly. Okay, good. So we should see about, let's base production in state plus 10%. Well, okay, hold it first. Let's find a state. Westfalen. And we have a bunch of slots in Westfalen. So let's come here. Let's build an industrial farm. It takes us 6,400 to build one of these. It takes 9,600. So it's going to be quicker than a civil factory. Okay, Bank of German Aviation. Honduras withdraws. Austria and Germany sign agreement. And Germany sign agreement that establishes Austria's full sovereignty and recognizes her as a German state, the pact which has seen a significant step towards unification. Right. Yeah, but it was really Franz von Papen as the person who's organizing this. Very good. That is historically what was happening. Right. Okay, so now we have the Bank of German Aviation, so we can come over here. And now, let's see, we're still wanting to do 1936 date, so we will do another HE111 model type. Okay. "13 days SS Junkerschule," which will gain us another research slot, 21 days. So we're going to do that. We like more research slots. Get them early, get them going. So we burn through some of these. Really get through those fast. Yeah, back over here for our deficits. First, get those filled. We're not building any naval bombers yet, so we are building some close support, barely. But let's get some naval bombers, because Arno knows how much I like naval bombers. More flying, but no, we'll do naval bombers. Get these up above. Down a bit. Lower priority aircraft. Trains are bigger priorities. Okay, looks like we need more aluminium. And steel. Well, let me let this be a little bit of... Spanish Civil War breaks out. Do that. Do we have decisions based around the Spanish Civil War yet? Ah, we do. Okay, so we're currently Franco stuck. Do that. Oh, we don't have the command power here. Oh, man. I spent that command power, and we're not going to get it in time. Okay, I'm going to see about cheating in some command power. Learn. Okay, what is it? Is it CP? How much do I need? Just let's get enough. Let's get... I think, oh no. I think that's what it is. Yes. Just enough to do, or more than that, at least. Oh, we can't. Okay, so what we need to do here is, come to here. Let's, oh, here, we want to, disband air wing. I think we should have enough. You're telling me we do not have enough. Oh, here we go. Well, those are tactical bombers. Well, it says that we have some demand for them. Okay, no? They literally just used some Luftwaffe or Lufthansa aircraft to do some of this just temporarily. Oh, boy. Okay, is that... Well, those are tactical bombers. And we may just disband them for the fun of it, but... Yeah, let's do this and disband this. Come on, people. Really? You telling me... Yeah, I do know that... It's this way. Here. I do know Commandeer Luftwaffe. Completion time 10 days. Okay, so... How long do we have here? We have 19 days, so let's see if we can... Junkerschule battles. Where is this? Cancel. We gotta cancel this. Yeah, they did sort of commandeer these things. Okay, so we're gonna do that. That'll complete out here. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Now I want to come here and do this. This is, this should get Franco unstuck. This is around waters against Spanish Republicans. So that's different. So let's try this. Okay, so that's now completed because we've done this. We've got him unstuck. Okay, so that's maybe what they're intending us to do. All right, well, now we're not going to do some of these dead-end aircraft that we aren't going to research. We might research certain ones that will allow us to then do others, but, okay, so 36. So we've done the ones we wanted to do in 36. I think now is the time we're gonna start the 110s. Okay, national focus tree. So we did that, none did that. Yep, still a valid one to do. Oh, it's Arno saying, yes, League of Nations just ineffective as UN right now. Well, actually, I would say more ineffective than the UN, but still, yeah. German Navy is best with naval bomber, destroyer, submarines, maybe a couple of cruisers, nothing. Yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's... While Germany is Germany, and not Germany conquers half the world or something. While Germany is Germany, it doesn't need a big surface navy. if all of the efforts that the Kaiser had put into his grand fleet, or whatever he called it, if 3/4 of those efforts during the years that he built that up, if that had been put into the German army, so look at those efforts, all of that steel production going into ships that could have gone into rifles, artillery, early trucks, railway elements, both building railways and building engines and whatnot, hell, even some more armored trains. If all of the training that goes in to create all of those officers and NCOs, they're petty officers, in the German Navy had been transferred and done into the German Army, obviously different training, but that same effort. And if all that manpower, because the whole German high seas fleet that sits in port during World War I is fully manned, ready to go. At this moment, it's just ready to go. Now, it isn't burning up the manpower that the ground forces are, meaning it isn't having the casualty rates, but it's all there. And it's eating all that food, and it has a lot of, dockside workers and all that stuff. Had all that energy been shifted over to the army before World War I starts, not like as World War I is going on, but before World War I starts, that would be Germany significantly stronger to either, and if you've watched, hello, Nick Wilson, how you doing? If you watched me play some World War I games, just that manpower and all that steel and all that energy could easily be another 10 divisions in the German army. Had those 10 divisions been assigned, at the beginning of World War I to the Western Front, they very well could have taken Paris. But even if they hadn't been, 10 more divisions on the Eastern Front would have made a significant push over there. And so, hey, Nick Wilson, I'm not used to seeing your name here, so if you're new, yes, hello, and remember to follow the channel. So, Germany does not need a big, huge high seas fleet because of its geographical position. France has, and part of it is literally access to the sea, but also part of it is numbers of enemies around you. France has a natural solid border down in the south, so it's, it's just different. Okay, well, let's see. Do we want to send volunteers? Well, let's create a unit here. 1st Panzer Division and whatever division of this is. Let's create this. Let's find an officer. Maybe something historical, maybe not. I don't know. Looking to see if we see. Okay. No, I don't. Rommel, student. Let's do Guderian. Okay. I think that. Oh, we could send volunteers, but not. Be at the same faction. We saw volunteers. Yes, this is what we want to do. There we go. Yes. Okay, now here we are, the Olympics, the Summer Olympics now. Oh, we know you, Nick? Okay, I'm just not used to seeing the name. Somebody maybe on multiple, using multiple names. Okay, we're going to sell paratrooper equipment. Okay, so we can come for our empty slot here. All right, so now we are on 37 technologies. We're going to come over here and we're going to do light artillery first. And yes, we have newer models of CAS and paratrooper equipment, but we're going to come up here. And where don't we have a CAS? Yes. Let's get these over to here in production. Okay, Thomas. I think I do remember Thomas. Okay, better cars. Go ahead, selling stuff to Austria. Right. So that is basically all of the 36 technologies there, and here as well. So now we need to look here, and we will start doing better tanks. Okay, bad Tolts. Yes, that's Junkerschule and a military thing. Good. South Africa rejects suggestion of returning German colonies. We are here. Let's do this. We can support nationalist Spain. 14 days. And now is the time to do it early on. Let's do this. And we have more military factories capable. Okay, now, again, let's continue to look. Yeah, I think we're going to need more fighters. I was thinking about starting doing flying boats, but and let's see about more deal here. Okay, well, you notice that just changed to 38. So we just got this done. So this, instead of 40 to produce the steel, 30 steel is now 38. So that is good. That will help us. Storage, output, factors, mineral research, extraction. Catalytic cracking. Okay, good. That also helps. Fuel production. Food, we're not yet. Yeah, let's do that. Because that will also help our steel. Okay, support for nationalist Spain. Very good. So we got that. They'll get some more equipment. Get that early on. Okay, we're doing pretty good with that. 28 days, 21 days. Synthetic rubber refineries. Good. Well, I have some negatives there too. Let's get opal work. Expand it. Maximus Decimus Meridius. Not quite sure exactly what all that means. My Latin isn't that good. Maximum something meridian? I don't know. Well, keep going here. Okay, so we now have our army down here. I know I didn't send a any air power, but I don't know that I have aircraft that I want to waste down here. I know it'll get me air experience and all. Still not sure about that. Let's first crush these guys. What, well, let's slow this down a little bit. Okay, this is now allowing me to attack. Great interdiction doctrine, very good. Now we can come back over here. These are all mutually exclusive here, where some of them are. Okay, no, this one isn't with anything else. So let's... I think Arno is now delusional, but hey, he probably always has been. And I think we'll end the episode, not the live stream, but the episode here. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. Love to hear your comments. See you next time for more, yes, more Hearts of Iron. Okay, let's make a save here. No, load game. Back. Save game, not just an auto save, but... Welcome back to my look at Black Ice for Hearts of Iron 4, and this is the newest version we're taking a look at. saying what we like, what we don't like, bitching and moaning about things as per usual. But I want to thank Tim, Strongarm, Niagro, Timothy, Sir Toyjet, Gary, Garrett, Marcus, Folk, and of course the great Hoffmanator for support over on Patreon. But what I really love is people to just simply like the videos, comment on the videos, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. So that's all I ever really ask, and love you if you just do that. So we're moving the clock a little bit further because we now have a bit of action going on. Chinese, small boost in opinion, great. And we now have more industrial factors. Okay, so that's building that up. We're getting some more food in here to make sure that we have enough. Okay, so let's see here. Still in 36. I still like expanding civilian production because that will help us do a lot of other production. We may also do some of that energy capacity here. Okay, so we beat them. We're charging into their territory here. Drive right into Bilbao. Cut off that port, which they already have for some reason, but I want to make sure I'm holding it. Oh, no, we can. And these guys can support that attack. Let's move a few more units up to the border with France. Make them scaredy of us, you know. But we're really the peaceful Germans. Trust us. We wouldn't do anything like invade you, would we? Yeah, we do have to watch things like that. Okay, British non-intervention agreement. UK has decreed that all nations are not to meddle in the Spanish Civil War. The Spaniards must decide their own fate outside pressure. We're not letting some tea-sipping Brits tell us what we can do. Well, I would disagree with this. Now, I know... I guess there isn't really a option here, and I don't know that this has any effect. But in fact, the Germans agreed to the British non-intervention agreement. They supported the non-intervention agreement. They actually sent ships down to patrol to keep nations from intervening in Spain as part of the patrols. I think the Deutschland was sent down, and it gets bombed by Republican forces. Now they secretly send down the Condor Legion. Well, everybody knows about it, but it's secret. And they secretly smuggle in, they have 3 ships smuggling arms into the, 3 commercial ships smuggling arms into the Republic in Spain. And they're making so much money out of it, they buy 3 more ships and smuggle arms into, did I say Republican, into national Spain? They also do it to the Republicans. They send bullets to both sides. But that's all secretly. But they publicly support the British non-intervention agreement. And it's a lot easier to smuggle in arms and munitions when you're part of the agreement, because you can have your ships patrolling along the coast, keeping out, because that's what they were doing. They were keeping out, arms and whatever from coming in, to know that they can look the other way as a German ship smuggles past them. So yeah, that's more complicated. Okay, is Nick Wilson sing? Well, that's good. I thought you went to sleep. Sing. If that really is you. Okay, we've expanded Opal Works. Now, let's look over here on the more political side. Anti-Comintern Pact. Condor Legion. Let's do this. May help us so much. All right. Now back to here. We'll look to see what we are lacking. Doesn't look like we're producing any heavy artillery. Are we producing any heavy? We may be, but let's... Yeah, we are. Okay, we are producing heavy artillery, but maybe not a lot of it. Okay. We have 3 new slots. So 1 slot, we're going to produce garrison equipment. Where's garrison equipment? Because if you remember my last playthrough, we were very, very weak on garrison equipment. So let's produce some more garrison equipment. We're also fairly weak on aircraft. So let's actually, we want to come to the top. Let's do another fighter. And let's also come in. Well, yeah, let's do some more casts. There we go. get those up in production. Now we also now need more aluminium, or aluminum if we say it in American English. Okay, we have enough bauxite here, so we're not going to import more. We're going to just... Okay, well, that gets us not enough. We need more bauxite. Okay, so they are mostly done up there, and hopefully they'll win that soon. So now we're going to come over here. We're going to push. We try to get thing cut off. Okay, so let's do some better flying boats. Now you're claiming to be or Arno thinks you're Lum. It would be a curse to call someone other than Lum. I would agree with that. No one would want to be mistaken for Lum. That is quite true. Okay, we can improve our bomber models. How close are we to producing? Okay, we'll wait, see if I can wait 14 days. So October 21st. How is shipbuilding going? Ah. It's taking really long. I thought that was construction cost. Industrial farm. I thought I got that 6,400, and that is 9,600. Well, I don't know. Hey, Extreme Finger, otherwise known as Jan. Yes. Yes, in some ways better, but very different too. It's not just a better, it's very different with the new new economy here. And different doesn't mean better, different just means different. I'm not sure if on the whole it's better, but it's definitely significantly changed. We want to take that city there. Belgium undertakes a policy of self-defense. Why is we're not doing better? Oh, there's Fort where we have tanks. Okay. Template. I think we just have Panzer 1s, but let's see. Oh, we have a few Panzer 2s. Speed this up some. See what other decisions. Okay, command power. We now have built up some. Economic support for the nationalists, industrial support. Try that. Condor Legion, yay. Okay, so let's do this one because it will unlock other things down the way. We are now using more fuel than we are. Currently manufacturing or whatever, however we want to. Positive, very good. Okay, our offensive stalled out. Oh, we're fine with Portuguese Republic. Improved transport tips, very nice. Well, 1,400 days. Wow. That's a long time. Wait, artillery upgrade. Let's come over here, do medium. Oh good, we got that position. Now let's drive into here. Okay, all purpose. Right, well, resource manufacturing. So we did this and it reduced our iron requirement by 2. Catalytic fuel oil extraction, that would be useful. Industrial farm output by 1. We're gonna do this now. We are pushing in a little deep in here to deal with supply, quite possibly. Now, hopefully, I was intending that they would come in and help us. Let's counterattack that way. Now we're coming across the river. It may not be the best idea. Okay, Optum Panzer, very nice. Let's come back over here after doing some of that development. Two civilian factories, that looks good. Let's go with that. Yeah, it really changed a lot of things. Send our panzers back to where we'll have more fuel. Okay, and well, we can get another operative. Linguist, safecracker, infiltrator. We like infiltrators. We also, of course, have seducers, but let's go with that. Now, we have 3 spies. I don't know what we should do with these spies. Well, let's look at our new power energy situation here. We're now using even more. We have been doing 19 something out of 23. So we are at near max production. So we're going to build some more power plants, I think is key. So let's come back here at the capital, I guess, and build a power plant. Crystal Palace burns down. I would have loved to visit the Crystal Palace, especially during sort of its height of its... We're going to send you all the way over there where I think the supply is considerably better, yes. And we're also going to send you over this way. Hopefully the Spaniards stay there. Why aren't we getting supply from here? No supply connection to the capital. We don't have Zaragoza or Zaragoza, whatever. Okay. And I want to see just the effects of that one. So let's do another food. I think we're going to need it eventually. Okay, well, first, it increases to the base. So I want to find a fairly large. Okay, so here's a 78. Well, no, okay, out here is 116, plenty of slots. So food production out there. Let's go with that. Okay, so now we're nearing the maximum factory farms here. Industrial farm, so I guess it can only have one. There, but we're gonna get that. Excavation is improved. Okay, so that was here. I think we're going to come over here and see now they've introduced current daily consumption, but we also see each day 0.5% of our rations decay. So we reduce, or so our stockpile reduction here, where this one decay factor -10. So this looks like it will significantly help that out. So let's do refrigeration. And we can also do electrical. Okay, Siemens electronic research speed. Rocket, we're not. Radio technologies, don't know. Oh, we could do that. But no, we need to actually research radio technology. Computing technology, nuclear. Okay, we're just going to do electronic research speed. Alright, we got 45 command power. So, remember I think we need to do that. Well, I think we're gonna. See if there's some of these we want to high tariff. What average taxes? No foreign recruitment. 1 year draft. I think we're gonna wait to at least 38 to really increase the draft. Hopefully we'll still be able to get enough manpower. Rootable age bracket. think that's all pretty good. No, this is Alcat. Okay. Don't know why they're calling it Killian Oat and then Alcat over here. I know Alcat is generally the name for it, but soft attack, hard attack. I like increased reliability, armor. I like increased reliability, so let's go with that. Trotsky is expelled from Norway. Okay, now that we're over here, we should be getting better supplies. These should be organizing up. And then we're going to attack Zaragoza. Zaragoza. I don't know. Keeping Arno entertained, whoever Nick Wilson is. That's useful. Okay, we're attacking. Let's see if we get it. Oh, we got a little bit of people joining us. And now we have a free shipyard. Alright, okay, so let's see. We're going to come up here. And we're going to continue to work on these until they're completed. We don't have enough. Now that is alloy metals. Okay. Used to be, I think, chromium, but okay. Conversion. We don't. That's something on the map. So, it used to be called chromium. Let's see if we can grab some. Trade for some from Czech or from Yugoslavia. Come on, Gudorian, you should be able to take out these Republicans. Medium artillery barrel upgrade, very good. Well, the Italians are helping us. Well, I think we're going to need to push south here more so. So let's go here. We're going to circle this around, I think, is what we're going to do. And circle the city. Okay, so we are doing... We're now 1937. And we can get here. Faster research. Support that attack. Not so much join it. Organization tote. Very good. Uh-huh. So our current energy, yes, is 2380. We can try to remember that. Max production, that is. Goering steel mill. We could use another steel mill, maybe. But let's see. Expected extraction, iron extraction. Yeah. Okay. This is actually, I'm liking what they're doing here. That they're giving, because Reichswehr Goering was definitely an extraction setup. Yeah, let's do that. They got that. We're going to attack here. We have the Italians helping us. Catalytic cracking good. That is applying heat to oil to separate it out better. Okay, what is this? Aluminum industry, fine. Improved electronics, okay. Energy needs factors go down. Energy, good. That's what we just got. Oil plant, fuel gain from refinery, synthetic refinery. Speed. I think we're also going to see about doing this. The fire control systems for ships, submarines or something, but yeah, that was that one. User 37 technology. Improved airplane catapults. That's all right. Panzer III chassis have been researched. Good. Now we can do the Panzer IV. Okay, now we got the new power plant in, I think that was 2380. Energy reproduction. Yeah, okay, so it was 2380, now it's 25 max production. All right. We cannot produce hydroelectric plants. Our current needs are 21, so we're pretty good for well, you know. Let's produce one over there. The artillery barrel upgrade. Okay, good. Let's come over here. 37 technologies. Anything we want to... Okay, well, still need to do radios at some point. Yeah, we need to do radios at some point here. And that fight with your tanks. Very short coming during, very good. I like this synthetic rubber. 52 days. All right. Soviet tanks have showed up. Freon refrigeration. Very good. Okay, let's look for electronics and radios. Okay, here we go. Radio equipment. We need to do that. Okay, we have the Donia 18 flying boat. Oh, and over here, I think we are producing flying boats. Not sure if we are, though. I know we're doing some flying, or naval bombers, but maybe no flying boats. Okay. Well, when we get to them, we'll do some. And tanks. Okay, we do have that. Oh, we need to see if we can. Yes, hit this. Treaty, South Africa. Okay, nice. Okay, Bender Sorge read in Germany with burning concern. Another thing that I introduced to Black Ice. In Hearts of Iron 3. Improved inter-service HQs, very good. That was this one here, which Army Group Size, Effectiveness, Daily Command Power. Okay, for defense, we're going to go with Elastic. Okay, let's... Yeah, well, both of these will upgrade to newer models. What does our fighter reserve look like now? Okay, 55, so we're growing it. Alright, so we made it in here, now we're defending effectively, it looks like, against the Red Army attack. Okay, now, here we're going to let our infantry division organize back up. I hope we have... Well, actually, let's move the armored division to there. Leave the infantry division. Okay, so we are growing our food production. Now, we'll see how that does. Let's do a few military factories here. Moving them back to where there's more supplies. Now that you're on more supplies, you're going to be... Okay, now... Two directions. Okay, that should have given us... I thought more synthetic fuel. Huh? Synthetic rubber factory, Hanover. Synthetic refinery, synthetic refinery. So, what am I looking at here. Synthetic rubber production. Refineries. Oh, inactive. Yeah. Okay, well, let's make another military. No, okay, well, let's come over here. An event we need to hit. Yeah, we're gonna do that for Spain. We're doing all right with all of that. Days. We'll do that for 13 days. Our offensive. Okay, we're going to go back there where there's more supplies. I want to try to cut these guys off is sort of the point. Oh, well, maybe join us. Oh, no, they stopped attacking. Okay. Okay, early tractors. We've got early tractors. As opposed to late tractors. Farmers like to be early to things. Mixed farms. Crop focus. Don't know that I want to decide that right now. We are doing radios over here. Research speed. So let's do electronic computing here. That will speed up all other research. Now back to civil factories. Okay. Naval building plans have expansion plans 28 days. Well, we'll wait on that while we do something else here. Panzer II light armor. Okay, we'll do that 21 days. I'm going to start producing. We don't have a factory assigned to it yet, but once we get another one. We need electronic computing, which we're researching right now. I don't know if hardly. Okay, mine warfare. Okay, we need more steel. Right. Alloy thingy, chromium head bin. When you got attack, that is useful. Do dive bombing attacks. Operational support, very good. Yeah, we'll do that. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys what you think of all of these changes. Does this make the game better? If we, for the moment, move aside of how much coal, steel, and energy this takes, don't know how much energy a steel plant actually needed. See now, see again, see here's, you know, how much energy, because the coal is what they're burning to make the heat. So I don't know. I quite honestly don't know. So, but besides some of the details, does this make the game better? Or does it just make the game needlessly more detailed? I'm not sure on that. I'm honestly not sure. So, yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I've commented where I think they're getting things historically wrong. Some of them a bit more serious than others, but still. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think of all of the changes. But with that, I think we're going to end this episode. I want to thank you for watching, of course. I hope you've liked the videos, and if you're new around here, please subscribe. I'll be back with more, whether we continue this playthrough or definitely we're also going to be continuing our earlier one, see how deep we can get into Barbarossa and whatnot. So definitely more Hearts of Iron coming up with Black Ice in one fashion or another. So thank you all. See you next time. All right, let's make a save here. And I think we will end it for today while we still have people watching and not everyone. Hi, the 5 people over on Rumble and nobody over on Kick, but yeah, whatever. And the people over on Twitch and YouTube, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Because I hope Arno will be joining and maybe a few others, we'll be back tomorrow for War Thunder. We tried some Hell Let Loose, but I need a new tank driver for Hell Let Loose before we play more Hell Let Loose. So yeah, I think it will be War Thunder. So no. I was having a lot of graphical problems with the and I maybe just need to change settings, but with Enlisted. So we're going to stay off of Enlisted for a little while. But I do want to try some more Hell Let Loose, and I'm hoping Airy can become the new tank driver. because Arno is the gunner. So, but Ari said he is not available this coming Sunday. So, but maybe sometime in the future, we will get Ari as a tank driver for Hell Let Loose, and we could do some Hell Let Loose. So, so probably just War Thunder. Well, we played some Hell Let Loose yesterday, and Eric quickly got fed up tank driving. I don't know how much it just generally speaking, he said he wanted to play infantry, and we sort of bullied him into tank driving. I don't know whether he was just tired or whether because I tried to repair the tank and got killed, whether Ari trying to play gunner / commander frustrated him too much or whatnot. So Eric is just not having fun, I could tell with it. So I'm just deciding I want to try. So I really loved working with Eric, but he just hasn't been liking it a little bit. So I want to find a person who does like to drive the tank. So I do, not that I couldn't learn to be the tank driver, but as sort of the main viewpoint for the videos, I think being the commander is best. Not that I have to command a tank. I would love to gun. I'd be okay at driving. Yeah, I mean, feeling okay at driving once I got it down. But it wouldn't be my favorite position. Gunner would be fine, but again, it's probably better for the videos that I'm the commander. And of course, you like being the gunner. Well, I mean, I'd just rather do War Thunder. It's probably just better that way, and we'll probably get more views. Hey, Turnlow. Good to see you here. But yeah, so we're going to be ending this and be back tomorrow. So see y'all.